the difference. This has got fingers on it. That's pretty damn close. This has got fingers on it down here. And that'll center up on the bore, and they're fairly close, but this is closer. So I want everything as close as I can get it.
Right.
In this Rottler machine, this is called a production head because the fingers are below the cutter. So in theory, you put the cutter in, you never take the cutter out, and you just drop down on each bore and you put the fingers out. You see the fingers come out. See, like that?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And you know, they're lapped and they're within like 2,000ths. And then of course there's a float. You know, so this is on air, so this is completely float, and this is between float and clamp, and I can tap it around and get it right to, you know, really close.
And clamp it on.
Well, it's got a clamp in the back of the machine. As soon as you release the air, it applies a clamp down there. It keeps it from sliding around. That's why, you know, you always want to make sure that this is in the clamp position. This head's pretty heavy, but if it's in the float position, you're halfway down the bore. You know, it's not a real good comfortable feeling because you don't know whether to lock it or hide. You don't want to do that. You know, but it's. I'm not going to tell you it's never happened. So we're going to run it down. Let her warm up a bit. Impact. Clamp her down, and that should be 25 thousandths over 4 inch right now. So I'll run her down here. Right there. Get up the tape measure. Inches. 6 inches to the center of my keep out. There you go. The production head, right? See that spot right there?
Yeah. On the main.
Okay, it clears. Yeah, it clears. But some Chevys have got a little bumper right on the top. Ask me how I know.
You broke a bunch of bits.
Huh?
You break a bunch of shit.
No, it won't break. It won't break anything. It just the machine don't like the production head kind of catches it. And depending if you're in front of the machine or not, you can shut it off. You know.
Right.
But you know, you got to be careful. You got to be aware of what you're starting in and where you're ending up. So I don't run it any further down the board than I have to.
Right.
In some blocks, I got to go in there with a die grinder and make a little relief in the bottom, you know, when you go with the big bore stuff. And if you look at it, I mean, I've had guys say, "Oh, you honed out the block." No, I didn't hone it out yet.
Right. Looks beautiful.
Yeah, it doesn't have no crosshatch, obviously.
It's a brand new cylinder.
Yeah, there's no reason to run it any faster or change the
Right.
colors. It does perfectly good just the way it is. Yeah. So we'll take the setup for the next one. We'll take our fingers and wipe them off. Involved in all this craziness. Preload the gauge. It's preloaded. And all we have to do is half the circle. You don't have to do a whole thing. You know, you sweep 3 positions of a hole.
Sure.
You're going to be pretty damn close. And if the hole's out of round, it doesn't matter, but anyway, you're going to be boring it straight, but they're not that far off. So this one's 0. It's off just a little bit, so we're going to tap it that way. That puts it close to 0. And then back here, we're off, so we got to go this way. Right there.
Couple of love taps for
0.
precision.
Got a little more. Go a little more. So, about there. I'll set her at 0 here. Lock her down. 0, 0, 2. So I'll tap it this way a little bit into 0. I get my taps confused. I gotta. There, we're locked. We're 0 there. We're 0 there. 0 there. 0 there. 0 there. That means we're 0. So what I'll do is you might see I got a little bit of that. What do they call that? In your OCD or CCO or whatever the fuck
OCD.
it is. OCD. Yeah, I want to make everything, make sure everything's tight. So what I'll do now is I'll come down and I'll look at the bore and make sure. I mean, the machine's locked, it's clamped, it can't go nowhere as long as the air's on this thing. It ain't gonna move, and it's pretty heavy and it won't really move. On these little bores, it won't move, but when you on the bigger stuff, it can move. So we're pretty much cut and center right now. I'll check and make sure that it's even, just in case something's going weird. You hear that second audible cut? That second audible cut is where it come down and drops where the ring stopped and then it picks it back up.
Cut a little harder at top.
Because there's more material up there, because you can feel the ridge, you know. And I'm lining up on this ridge. I'm lining up on the original hole. I'm not lining up on the ring layer. Okay. If the boards are really bad, I'd line up on the ring layer. And the reason why you do that is because you want to save a board. You could line up not on the ring wire and end up going another 10 thousandths on the board. Instead of being 30, you gotta go 40, you know. So on a really wore out board, I'll always line up on the ring wire. But this block is not bad. You can hear it's pretty even cutting. Torque plate, so we got 5 right there. 5 right there. 5 right there. So what that tells me is my boring bar from top to bottom is boring a nice round straight true hole.
I work wonders with those things.
This is phenolic. This really digs, but
Wasn't that bad at all. There wasn't much in there.
no, interesting with this one because the bore actually stopped below it.